Hey you guys, okay, we're gonna make meatza. It's so good and it's so easy. This should not take a long time to teach you. First off, so meatza is a meat-based pizza. Your crust is meat. And you've got to decide what kind of meat you want to use. I tend to go towards like an Italian sausage, the best one I can find at the store or at the butcher. I've tried it with ground beef and added a few spices to it, and that was okay, but I gotta tell you, the sausage has so much flavor. That's been my favorite, and recently I've been starting to use breakfast sausage. I use Hempler's breakfast sausage. Oh my gosh, a pound of it, and it's really, really good. So I'm gonna show you how I do this. I can't do all the steps, but I actually have one made, so I'll show you the finished product, but I'm gonna show you how I do it. It's really easy. So let me get the meat out. Now, one thing I'm missing, and I live about 10 minutes from a store, and I just realized it, I don't have any parchment paper. So what I usually do is I use a cookie pan. I use a cookie pan. This is acting as my parchment paper. I don't know if you guys seen these silicone baking mats, but they're really cool. So usually what I would do is put parchment paper down, and then I dump my meat onto the parchment paper. I would tear off another piece of parchment paper, lay it on my meat, and try to roll it out and make it look like a pizza. You can make a rectangle, you can try to make it into a circle. Today I gotta use my hands. So bear with me. I'm just gonna take this, and you know what? It works because what we're gonna do is take this meat, and I have the oven at 425 degrees. And all we're gonna do, the very first step, is to get it to the shape that you want it, and then put it in for 10 minutes to get it cooking. And to save time, I am not gonna do much, but I will tell you, if you have a big family, you may have to make 2 of these, and in a way it's kind of nice because you can make two completely different pizzas at the same time. And they stay in the fridge pretty well for a couple days, but they won't last long, I promise. So I don't go really thin. I could go thinner if I usually, like I said, I have parchment paper and I roll it out to get it a little thinner. Let me wash my hands. But let me show you here. It does not have, what I love about this, you guys, I am so much not a perfectionist in the kitchen. I gotta get it done. You know, I want simple, get it done. So you've noticed my pictures aren't always the best. I just want it to taste good. I just want it to taste good, so that's just me. But I don't know if you can see that. I just pushed it into a big square, I guess. I could do better if I was rolling it, okay? So all I do usually is put a piece of parchment paper over and roll it out to where I want it. I don't want it too thin. I guess I try to get it, you know, it's, you know, I don't want it too thin because I want it to hold the contents. But you don't want it too thick either, so you can get more out of it. Okay, so just play with it. It's really not a big deal. So what you would do at this stage, roll it out. Your oven is at 425. It's heated up. You'd put it in there for about 10 minutes so it cooks up. It's gonna get 2 different times in the oven. So that's the first set, to set the crust a little bit. And then you take it out, and truly, this is where you get to have fun with it. I usually use Muir Glen organic pizza sauce, and pretend this is cooked, okay? Pretend this is cooked, and I would spread the pizza sauce however much you want, all over the pizza. And then I like to use basil. This is where you get to do whatever you want, you guys. I actually can't do any tomatoes right now, so sometimes I use pesto. If I had pesto, I didn't make it. If I had pesto, I'd be showing you with pesto right now. I make a special pesto without any nuts or anything. Basil, I use this kind of basil. It is Gourmet Garden. It's a dried basil if I don't have fresh basil. And I would just put some basil over here. I mean, this is just what I like to do, you guys. And then I've got some spinach, and I'm doing it really quick. I don't like the stems on my spinach, so I usually would pull those stems off. And again, you just do what you like. The other thing I love are olives. I usually do more veggies. I just haven't been to the grocery store. Lately, I've even been putting roasted sweet potatoes on my pizza. Oh my gosh, that's really good. It's good fall season type of thing. So I've got my spinach. And then, like I said, I love olives. Pretend I'd be slicing olives and putting those all over it. And then with kids, I do like to do a little cheese, so you sprinkle the cheese on last. I love Trader Joe's Parmesan Romano and Asiago cheese. My kids love these. The pieces of cheese are really thick and good, and I'll lay those on the top. And you're gonna put this back in the oven once you've got all your toppings on, however you wanna do it. I suggest more veggies than me. You're gonna put it in the oven for another 10 minutes or so and keep it at that 425. And hopefully, let me switch here, and you know, every oven is different, so you do need to remember that and watch it. I always tell you, I always want to recommend the first time you make something to really watch it carefully. This works for me. I've even done it at 450 before, but I do need to watch it a lot more. So I like 425. It may take a little longer at certain times, but I like it. It just works for me. But okay, so the meat, a lot of oil comes off. So just know it gets kind of gross. Look at my pan. But my Meatza has some cheese on the top, but this is my finished pizza. And what I'll do is cut it into fours, and everybody gets a slice of this. I have 4 people in my family and a side salad. And it's just a really nice Italian meal that feels like you're getting pizza. And we love it, and I hope you will too. Let me know if you have any questions, but I'd love to see pictures if you try it. It's okay, it doesn't have to be a free or a cheap meal. Just watch your portion sizes. It is kind of a fatty meal, that meat, there's a lot of meat there, but it's really no different than if you had, you know, a good 4 to 6 ounces of a protein, or, you know, of a meat protein. The problem that I have, you guys, the reason why I use it as a cheat meal is because, to be honest with you, I could eat this whole thing. So I have a problem controlling my pizza. It's just that good. So I usually use it as a cheat meal and eat a little bit more. Okay? All right. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you try it. Let me know how it goes. Take care.